Either it's Psychic Hunter David. Well, it is Friday and it is the 7th. Today's Francine's birthday. Happy birthday, Francine. You know, one of the things that we see here across the board that is going on, and many are upset about it, many are complaining. I hear that nothing but bullshit about the whole Donald Trump. Some of it is definitely completely off kilter and, way out there, depending on whether we're looking at it honestly or whether we're looking at it as someone's kicking somebody in the ass. I made a comment about that all of our, portly premiers, not all of them, but a lot of them, have been forced to get their act together and pull things together. And maybe it's positive that Canada says Canada first and get your shit together and get your act together. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe then, as I said to you guys earlier, stop buying Walmart, stop buying at Home Depot, stop buying at Costco, pay the extra money, pay for Canada, stick to Canada, commit to Canada. This is an issue that is far deeper than people realize. The other thing that I have a bit of a beef about is the fact of confidentiality. Many people know that I've been in this business now 35 years this summer. I have a huge issue, probably being born a Capricorn, that I do not like going against confidentiality. Confidentiality and the Privacy Act are two elements that are part of Canadian law. If you are new to Canada and you do not know the Canadian legal system, then I suggest you actually research it and understand it. Because when you start to discuss someone's personal confidential information, when you reiterate that to somebody that's a subordinate that is not on the level you are professionally, if it was for me to discuss with a girl answering the phone for me about, she's going through a divorce and she's really a mess, she's this, right there is grounds for legal action. So, one of the things we have to all be very, very careful about is how much we go on about, how much we gossip about. We've got one hero that, helps, rent these apartments that talks about everybody's private business all the time. I think one of the things that we really need to understand is that confidentiality and the Privacy Act are actual plausible causes. They're actually important. They keep people's private and confidential information protected. And this is very, very important. So, people can gossip until they're purple. Usually the people that are running around with all of that don't have much of a life. They're actually, living their life vicariously through others. So what I'm trying to get people to understand during this whole Pluto transit of Aquarius, and we're coming upon that full moon in Leo, which is completion. And remember, the sun and the moon do not retrograde. They're stationary. And there's a lot going on. We're going through a lot. But the things that are happening, do I think they're wrong? No, I don't. Because what's going on is it's also facing and it's also causing from a very microscopic level the fact that these things have gone on. They're getting away with and they need to stop. We almost need to regroup, to stop, and to really pull things back in order to be able to progress forward. Not everything can be right. Not anything you say or feel and say is correct. We need to be able to really think before we say, think before we leap, and especially when it comes down to other people's private and confidential information, think before you say something. Think about your own life. Think about your own children or your family. Be very conscientious of what you're doing. So there's your rant for the day, and I'm going to keep saying them when I feel like it, because it really bothers me when people do things like this. You can guesstimate until you're purple. Somebody's opinion isn't your business. But what is your business is when somebody in professional position, myself, anybody in a professional station, discusses private, confidential information. That is where you need to have your knuckles wrapped, because that to me is just completely unprofessional. Anyway, today, as I said, is Friday the 7th. I am available. And when you have a reading by me, I've already warned people, you're going to be told directly what's going down, what you're a participant in, and where you need to go from here. What you choose to do is free will. Because I've had clients come back and say, I met and it didn't work and that didn't happen. I said, because you chose it not to. You made choices and they're of your own accord. So be aware of that. Anyway, I wish you all the best. I hope you have a great day. You heard it here first. And enjoy the sunny weather if you're here in Toronto. At least it's sunny out. It's cold, but it's sunny. Cheers.